This Week 2 College Football Picks edition of the Sports Gambling Podcast is presented by MyBookie.ag. Right now, to honor football, MyBookie is offering up to $1,000 in free bets using the promo code SGP. That's right, $1,000 in bonus bets on your first deposit when you use the promo code SGP. Play, win, and get paid at MyBookie.ag. We're also brought to you by BetQL, the only app you'll need to make smart bets this season. Track line movement history, score sharp data, and use a powerful algorithm that gives out their best plays. If you're betting serious cash, you need a serious app. Head to the App Store or Google Play Store to download BetQL and make sure to follow them on Twitter at BetQLApp. We're also brought to you by the #1 daily fantasy football site, DraftKings. DraftKings has some huge Week 1 contests, including Thursday night when Chicago and Green Bay kick off the season in a single-game showdown with $2.5 million in total prizes up for grabs. Plus, new users who sign up today on DraftKings using code SGP will receive a free shot at the $1 million top prize. Last but not least, we're proud to announce we've partnered up with BetSperts for our annual free roll football contest. SGPN and BetSperts are giving away up to $5,000 just for making NFL picks. For more information and to sign up now, go to sportsgamblingpodcast.com/contest. That's sportsgamblingpodcast.com/contest. Ooh, welcome everyone to the Sports Gambling Podcast. I'm Sean, stacking the money green with my partner in picks, Ryan, Real Money Kramer. Oh man, Kramer, what's happening, Kramer dog? Sorry, that's Virginia Tech.
The Fuck My Life tour going swimmingly.
Full.
But
Just
Sean,
rock hard.
you know what? Screw the Fuck My Life tour, because since yesterday, bring the guest on first, and then I gotta cut a promo.
Joining us, cut a promo. This isn't wrestling. Joining us in studio for the College Football Picks podcast, the Dan DeBase himself, Colby Dant. What's happening, Dan?
What's up, guys? Coming with the heat, straight from the top, Green.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
This is radio, theater of the mind, and video. YouTube.com/sportsgambling podcast. Kramer, defend your lowly Virginia Tech Hokies.
I mean, so real quick, if anyone can send, hit me up on Twitter if you know what jersey this is, and what should I do? What should the winner get?
Send him a T-shirt.
A T-shirt?
Yeah.
Get some swag. All right. At Gambling Podcast, actually send in number 11 Virginia Tech Hokies. Tell me who this is. No, I'm not going to look. Fuente needs to get this was we talked about this already. I said I was worried. That Fuente is not the man. That Fuente needs to be fired. In the worst case scenario, Fuente is also causing Bud Foster to retire.
Do they try to hire Bud, or do they do the classic Kansas State and bring back Frank Beamer?
Oh, look out, Ryan.
A little inside Iggy. Frank ain't gone anywhere.
Is he alive?
Frank
He's in
still
Blacksburg,
lives
right?
Where the fuck else is he going to go?
That's what I'm saying. Bill Snyder, they went away for 2 years, and they brought him back.
They didn't know what they had.
Just like our boy John Gruden.
Long cock.
I mean, you saw the way Mac Brown was dancing in that North Carolina locker room.
Yeah, you got to think Beamer wants to do that,
He was
right?
dancing like that back when Mac Brown was in the studio.
Oh, he was dancing after that 0-0 final end of the game against Wake Forest.
But more importantly, I don't want to talk about my Virginia Tech Hokies. It was a road conference game early in the season.
Scheduled loss.
They turned the ball over a million times.
And that's bad.
Not great. But can they correct some things? Sure. Do I still have some fucking concerns? Absolutely. Am I pissed off that I may have watched the greatest years of Virginia Tech and that could just be over because they're just going to go into some sort of bullshit suck-ass purgatory where I got to watch Virginia have a good program now? Basketball and football? What?
Who?
Anyway.
I thought you were talking about the Giants there for a second.
You know what? Give me some Rocky music because we have
wow.
more important news to talk about, Sean.
Lay it on the folks, Ryan.
Cut
your promo.
Not 24 hours ago.
Wait, we did another podcast only 24 hours ago?
We were sitting in this studio, and you challenged the fans. You said, there's no way we're going to get more than 60 more signups to the free roll football contest. And what did your boy, I'm being Christian Pina now, what did your boy, Real Money Kramer say? We're going north of 400. What did the fans do?
They rallied, Ryan. They rallied.
They got to the streets. They rallied. They mobbed. Sean, where are we at right now? 449, is it?
Woo-wee.
Whoa. But that's not good enough, Sean.
It's okay. It's not bad. I think we can do a little better, though.
We're almost to that first tier. We get over 500, Sean. Where does the price pool go to?
35. No. If we get to 1,000.
1,000. Oh, we're halfway there. What the fuck, guys? You don't like money? I like money. I'm going to tell some friends. You should tell some friends. Colby's going to tell some friends. We're all going to tell some friends. And they're going to tell some friends.
That reminds me of that that Big Papa song where it's like, where Puffy is like, hey, you tell your friends and then I'll tell my friends and we can be friends. How does that sound?
I think he was
It's like-
talking about an orgy, though.
Yes.
Maybe.
This is an orgy of picks and an orgy of free content, an orgy of cash. Jesus Christ, you guys talk so much shit saying you guys can pick better than us. And then we give you an opportunity to literally put your money where your mouth is. All you got to do is sign up for the site. It's completely free.
2 things. What'd you tell me before the show, Sean? What's the Action Network doing?
Wow. Yeah, let's put them in a body bag.
Yeah.
They're giving away.
Hold on. Let's check with Robert Mays. No, there's no more room in that locker. We're going to have to go to the next locker over.
Action Network, who, there's no Robert Mays. I don't have any active beef with them.
No.
But they're only giving away $2,000. We're a solo independent business with 2 regular Joes cobbling together $5,000 potentially. We're asking you guys to come together.
Yeah.
For the sake of some serious
Spread the fucking
serious
word.
cash.
Just spread the word.
Colby,
Sportsgamblingpodcast.com/contest.
sportsgamblingpodcast.com/contest. Colby, you definitely have already signed up, right?
I have.
Okay.
Me and Patty C signed up.
Did you find
You're
it
in.
difficult? You're not great with computers. Did
I'm
you
not a
find-
computer guy.
That's the irony. The computer is not good with the computer.
I'm not a computer guy. I just sit there. I watch a bunch of games.
But did
drink
you-
alcohol. All
Could
right?
you
That's
figure
what
it
I
out?
do.
Did you figure it out?
Yeah, it was pretty easy.
You joined our group.
I think so.
Okay. Yeah, you just go to
Yeah.
more.
I'll
Yeah.
check his math
Yeah.
while you.
Okay. You do. You run.
I
the
mean, I
numbers.
definitely created an account. I don't know if what we did after that.
No.
Yeah.
Stay strong. Stay strong, bro. You got this.
I went to / that contest.
Okay.
Did all that shit.
What's your name?
I would imagine it's Colby.
Oh boy.
Oh,
Oh
no.
boy.
Try Dant Basement.
Oh boy. He
No,
didn't
no,
do
no,
it.
Try Danta Base. That's what it is.
Oh, he didn't do it. Oh, we'll help Colby out after the show. Yeah,
what are you talking about? I'm signed in though. I got the email
bet
and everything.
You are, but we got to
Okay.
join the group. The BetSperts team has put together some videos to walk you through the process.
And one last thing before we really get into this. It's like picking these games in this contest is like picking games at a sports book. The line changes as the week goes on. As soon as you click your pick, it's locked in. It's like placing a bet at a sports book. There's no, oh, wait, someone got hurt. The weather changed. I want to switch out. So if you want to wait to the end or if you see an early number, however you want to do it strategy-wise. And the only numbers that count are NFL against the spread picks. NFL against the spread picks.
Sean,
That's all that counts.
can I tell you a little baby perk of this?
Yeah.
We have tons of people in our group already, and we get to see how they're doing. And I can decide if I want to tail some of these motherfuckers.
Yeah, you can follow people. It's like social media for non-losers. So check it out. My dad proudly says the only social media he's on is Untapped, which is like a beer drinking social media thing.
Oh, that's
I could see
so
myself
cool.
one day just being just a BetSpurt social media guy because you can like comment, you can do even little blogs, posts, whatever. So
Sean,
give it a shot.
I'm in 6th place right now in the group, ranked overall ROI. Even though it's negative, I'm number 6.
Probably the only guy who's filled out the picks yet. Okay, let's do it. Talking college football. And of course, as always, if this is a podcast and you're hearing it on SGPN, that means it's courtesy of our good pals over at MyBookie.ag, the presenting sponsors of the Sports Gambling Podcast and Sports Gambling Podcast Network. They got it all over there, including the NFL Super Contest, $100, guaranteeing you over $225,000 Jesus Christ, in prizes. $100 to enter. You don't need a proxy. We are your proxy. You're looking for $100,000 in bonus bets? Use that promo code SGP. I'll be honest. I'm just so amped up from all this football gambling, the fantasy drafts, the daily fantasy, everything that's going on, the props, the parlays, the picks. My gambling juices were flowing. I even stumbled into the mybookie.ag online casino to try my hand at blackjack. That's how much I'm loving action these days. It's easy to deposit, more importantly, easy to withdraw using cryptocurrencies. MyBookie.ag. Use the promo code SGP to play, win, and get paid.
Sean, can I give a quick shout out to the listeners?
Okay.
The SGP hashtag DGens only $100 winner take all.
Ooh.
There's only one spot left. Sean.
Wow.
By the time you listen to this, it could be filled.
What the fuck?
And I did 10 people.
And you're talking, of course, about
DraftKings.
DraftKings, yeah.
The winner is going to take home $1,000. I thought I went too big. I didn't go big enough, Sean. Maybe next week we go 15.
Now, do we decide our official hashtag is
DGens
hashtag
only.
DGens only?
What does the database think?
Do we want to go with DGen Nation or DGens only? DGens only, I'll say, is a little better because
DGens only.
DGens
Using
only.
Nation isn't the most original concept.
Yes, and there's certainly an issue where DGen Nation, there's double N's back to back, which I'm not a fan of.
No,
As far as how the hashtag will look. So
I think this is it. We no longer will be battling soccer girl problems. As I'm sure they could also be using the DGens only hashtag. Have we checked?
that's not that I don't know yet.
I'll do a. All right, we should talk about college football, right?
Is that what we're here to do?
Colby looks bored.
Yeah,
he
falling
looks.
asleep, guys.
He's like, well, I'm coming up here. I'm supposed to be talking. We're not the only ones that use this hashtag. But
It's fine. We will own it and we will dominate.
It's mostly us, though. It's mostly us.
Cracking open a cold one. Let's take a look at the week 1 results.
Woo-hoo.
Well, we'll say this: the locks were good as always. Don't necessarily listen to my picks. Just tune into my locks. Triple lock salute. Kramer and I cashed with Cincinnati -2.5. Colby pulled Auburn -3.5 out of his fucking ass.
I did.
I had Oregon money line. I was just I counted that thing.
Cristobal, you got to know to fade him. In big games, he always blows it.
I'm literally. I'm like I think we're cleaning up after dinner or something around the house, and I'm just like, I was like, all right, well, I'm not winning this bet. Well, maybe there's a chance if they went for the touchdown, because I'm watching Oregon is not using up any clock, and I'm like,
Dude, he's the worst coach.
So all of this is happening. I'm like, well, if this happens, I actually have this stupid parlay I parlayed the Virginia Tech second half with my 3 night games, and this is getting really interesting because I already won that big $500 chase on the Virginia Tech second half and kind of made up for my losing morning, and then bam, I'm like, oh my goodness, gambling is so awesome.
Right.
It's so awesome.
Dude,
that's all it took. First
he's
weekend.
a horrible coach, though. As clock management. He did that last year against Stanford, where he could have kneeled it, and he ran an extra play. They fumble it. Stanford returns it for a touchdown. They go to overtime.
A couple other highlights. I did hit my bonus bet, Wazoo -31.5. Colby also hit his bonus bet, Eastern Michigan -6. I hit my 3-team teas, West Virginia pick, USC -7.5, and Notre Dame -14. So I had to sweat that one out a little bit.
I want to explain to the listeners. Look,
No. You don't. Let me handle this for you. Thank you for listening. Let's pick some games this week. You don't have to explain shit. Colby.
Especially the UCLA and
They're
Mississippi
here for
State
you.
game. Those players that didn't play. How the fuck was I supposed to know that?
See, you're doing that thing.
How was I supposed to know that some of the best players
Chip
on
Kelly
each
on
team,
the road, UCLA
no, but their
on the
best
road.
player not there.
Oh.
2 of their best players
Listen,
not there.
Colby,
4 starters not playing.
we all understand how it works.
Horseshit.
So wait, sometimes you bet on a team and bad stuff happens that you didn't foresee. All right.
No. Normally you know if the
Normally
player's
you
not
know
playing.
All right,
You pulled
let's
a
go. Let's
Belichick.
get this done.
Okay.
Let's do it. Cracking open. I already cracked it open. I'll crack open another one. Colby Dance 6-pack. Marshall squaring off against Boise State. Friday, 6 o'clock kick in Boise, Idaho. Boise State minus 10.5 on the Smurf turf. Minus 400 on the money line, plus 325 coming the other way from Marshall. Total sit at 56. Colby, what are we doing here?
Ride Hank Bachmeier. That dude's a beast. Freshman quarterback threw for 400 yards against Florida State. Florida State's got a better defense than Marshall, or allegedly. On the Smurf turf, Marshall going cross country. Come on now, give me this all day. Boise State minus the 10.5. They got a really good team. They got a seasoned offensive line. Defense looked good. Made great adjustments from the first half to the second half.
I mean, hopefully you do better this week because I'm already agreeing with you.
Well, is Bachmeier going to play? Because that would be what would happen if I was to lose. It'd be like, hey,
dude,
we didn't release a report saying that
it's 1 week. Relax. But I don't know how
Excuses are like assholes,
Hold
all
on.
right? I'm not going to eat them.
I'll say this. I was 46, 34, and 3.
Come on, that was a good joke. Because all the ass eating going on?
Yeah. 46, 34, and 3, picking every game. All right?
Colby.
That's why you pay me the big bucks.
You're coming off as...
Right?
Oh, shit.
Colby, you don't need to prove yourself.
All the ass eating going on today. Yeah, how do you get in the way of this Boise State train?
Boise State, 8-1, straight up in their last 9 games. 4-1 ATS in the last 5 games. Really a solid home field, 18-3 straight up in their last 21 games. So I'll ride with you guys. Give me Boise State.
You riding it too, Kramer?
Yeah, I mean, Marshall hasn't made it back from that horrible tragedy 40 years ago.
They were Marshall. Moving on to Saturday, 9 a.m. kick. Will not be awake for this game as I'll be in Vegas and super fucked up Saturday morning. Syracuse catching 1.5 in College Park, Maryland. Maryland minus 123 on the money line. 56.5 is the total. Colby D, which way you going?
Why is this line like this? Because let me tell you something here.
Crap.
Maryland went out and hired a coach named
Yep.
Mike Loxley prior to this past Saturday where he scored 79 points on Howard.
Yeah.
Right?
Any relation to Robin? Sorry. Couldn't help myself.
He's 3-31 as a head coach.
Yeah.
So now he's 4-31 because he got the win. And Syracuse, meanwhile, goes into Liberty on the road, shuts out Liberty, which was by far one of the more hilarious things. I don't know if you guys saw this, but Hugh Freeze, maybe he got injured at a strip club or something because he was on a fucking bed calling plays in a press box.
It's part of the rehabilitation. You know how you get sympathy? you coach from a hospital bed.
Dude, that was the most hilarious shit I ever seen in my life. Does you think you can still press the button for the nurse? You know what I mean? Like,
oh, he's pressing the fucking button. Trust me, he's getting.
I wish I had that button. Yeah, Mike Loxley. Here's an interesting trend: 3-18 when playing on a Saturday, which happens a lot as a college football head coach.
Well, and if you remember how bad East Carolina was, he went and hired East Carolina's former head coach as offensive coordinator. So I have a policy: fade the shit out of the Terps this year. All right, Syracuse is a slept-on contender in the ACC. They're going to come into College Park.
I love me some Cuse.
They're going to blow them out. Give me it by double digits.
Yeah. Here's the problem. You are aware of the Fuck My Life tour, yes, both of you.
Yes.
Who's the starting quarterback?
Josh Jackson,
Maryland
Virginia
Terrapins.
Tech.
Yeah. He wasn't good enough to be the starter for Virginia Tech anymore. No, Ryan Willis and his fucking 5 interceptions. That's who we want. Maryland takes this down because the Fuck My Life tour is alive and well, and the NFL season, I need all the karma I can to build up so that Saquon Barkley breaks through the Fuck My Life wall.
So you're going Maryland, Ryan?
I'm going Maryland.
As a favorite?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, there's also this element, right? This line is just filthy.
It is.
Yeah.
Why is Syracuse not favored by 3.5 points? Like,
Yeah.
what am I missing here? Well, I'll tell you what. The Fuck My Life tour is strong. I mean, what was your take on Maryland week 1?
Well, they scored 79 on Howard, but Howard's not any good.
You're right. But you got to be able to score 79 points.
I think they had a couple punt returns, too.
I'm just saying, scoring 79 points in a football game, relatively impressive.
Dino Babers went on the road, shut out Hugh Freeze, known for his offense. I don't care if he's doing it from a hospital bed. Right?
How do you fucking lose to Boston College? Sorry. Maryland, lay the points.
All right, I'm riding my boys in Cuse. Texas A&M squaring off against Clemson, 12:30 kick in Clemson, South Carolina. Clemson minus 17.5 point favorite, minus 950 on the money line. Texas A&M plus 625. Total sitting at a whopping 64.5. Colby, are we Tigers this week? Clemson
No,
Tigers.
we are Aggies. Take the 17.5. That last year they played in College Station and they needed A&M failed a 2-point conversion that would have tied the game. They lost by 2. Clemson's lost a lot of players. Trevor Lawrence didn't necessarily look the best against Georgia Tech. I'm on A&M, and I even say this: sprinkle some on the money line.
Wow.
Jimbo's never been destroyed by Dabo. If anything, the lopsided games have come.
Sprinkle some on the money line.
Jimbo
625.
has gotten Dabo just as many times as Dabo has gotten Jimbo, but Jimbo's never gotten blown out. He's certainly never lost by 17.5 points.
Yeah, and Lawrence didn't. He kind of struggled. They're a really incredibly young team. Clemson is, even though they're really talented.
Now, this is a road spot. Who knows? Clemson could show. I think you're right, though. I think we're going to see a Clemson team by the end of the year that's pretty dominant. I don't know if we're going to see that now.
Yeah.
And like I said, I'm not a Jimbo Fisher fan, but I do believe when a couple coaches have played each other 8 times, there's enough there.
Yeah.
You know what's going on. You're not going to be surprised. Probably game planning for this game a little bit in the offseason, or maybe a lot in the offseason.
You're going to be in Vegas. You're going to sprinkle some on the money line?
625. I'll sprinkle the money line.
You should.
I'll
You
sprinkle
really
that money
should.
line.
No way. Give me Clemson.
Wow.
Texas A&M 4-12.
Fucking downer over here.
4-12 ATS in their last 16 games on the road versus teams with winning records.
Jimbo Fisher's only been there a year, buddy.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sumlin.
You're
You're basically giving us Sumlin stats right now.
Well, that's part of the program.
And
That's
you bet
part
on
of their
Sumlin
history.
week 0. He bet
Yeah,
on Sumlin.
I'm
He's a Sumlin guy.
I'm a Sumlin guy. I'm a
fucking
secret
shill.
I'm a secret Sumliner. Clemson against Georgia Tech. Yeah, he doesn't have to look good. They were already looking past Georgia Tech. They beat him 52-14. So that's cruising. All right, they did that pretty easily. Now they can focus on a legit opponent, Texas A&M. I think they're going to get up huge for this game, and they're just in a different class talent-wise. Let's give me Clemson laying the big number. Central Florida squaring off against Florida Atlantic. 4 p.m. kick. Central Florida.
You say athletic?
Oh, sorry, Florida Atlantic. Colby, I'll fucking murder you right on this show. Central Florida minus 10. UCF minus 370 on the money line. Florida Atlantic plus 310. Total sitting at 68. In Boca Raton, Florida.
Florida Athletic. I like it.
It sounds. It's got a nice ring to it.
It works.
Is that a basketball league you used to play in?
Yeah.
What is Florida A&M?
Yeah.
What are we doing here, Colby?
I'm on, like Lane Kiffin's the most overrated coach in the country, ahead of our boy Sumlin. I'm going to say easy, Central Florida minus 10. Florida Atlantic, I'm not impressed by that. I know Florida A&M's dog shit, but, that offense is still fire.
Well, so at this point, who is on the most overrated coach that's still coaching Mount Rushmore?
John
Fisher.
Gruden.
Jeff Fisher stepped down. Both Grudens, right?
Yeah, both Gruden.
John and Jay. Is
It-
Lane
it-
Kiffin on there?
He's got to be on there for college.
Is he
It's
there?
Sumlin, him, and
Is Kevin Sumlin and Lane Kiffin?
Will
is that,
Muschamp's got to be close.
but he's accomplished something at least at some point.
What about Taggart? Willie Taggart?
Whoa, boy.
What about Fuente?
The stakes aren't high enough. His face shouldn't. I mean, Lane Kiffin was the head coach of the Oakland Raiders.
Yeah.
Like, you want
How did he
What a
finagle his
wild
way
ride.
into that?
and USC and Tennessee.
Yeah.
He's coached at some of the
He's-
biggest
he's
programs in
horrible.
the land. Yeah, I mean, not to mention UCF is.
UCF, we've made a case, or at least Colby's tried to make a case, that they should be in the college football playoff. 10-point road favorite. That's nothing for this team.
I mean, we have made a case. When you
Yeah.
win 25 straight games and you don't get the chance to win the national championship, that's like the 90 UNLV team when they were undefeated going into the fucking tournament. You know what I mean? Like, they'll be like not getting into the tournament. It's retarded.
Yeah.
Absolutely retarded.
Are we?
Are we are we all on the same page here?
Yeah, Central Florida 4-1 ATS in the last 5, 19-1 straight up in their last 20, and they're what would normally scare you away is, oh, can they do it on the road? But Central Florida is a really good road team as well.
Are they-
9-0 straight up the last 9 road games.
I thought you were going with the Lane Kiffin's extremely good-looking angle, and that was because that's working at the NFL level.
Yeah. Well, I mean, Doug Peterson's decent looking. Western Kentucky squaring off against Florida International. 4 p.m. kick in Miami. Florida International -7.5, -290 on the money line, +245 for Western Kentucky. Total sitting at 60. Pretty high number. Colby, what are you doing here?
Well, look, Florida Atlantic got their ass whooped by my Tulane Green Wave on a Thursday night opening
true.
college football. But Butch Davis, this team returns a lot. I think they're the front runner to win the Conference USA. And let me talk to you about Western Kentucky went out and hired Clay Helton's brother. They lost their first game to Central Arkansas of the FCS. I don't know why
Is
this
that
line
bad?
is so low. Yeah, that is bad. And Florida International is going to come home. That Butch Davis is going to give him a talking to about how the hell did you get your ass whooped that bad by Tulane. They're going to dominate Western Kentucky. This game is not going to be close.
Is Butch Davis a good coach?
Yes. Good enough. Better than any Helton.
Yeah, that's the problem, right? You got to feel bad a little bit. Brother out there in USC land lost the quarterback.
Mm-hmm. JT Daniels.
It was a beautiful cover by Fresno.
That was. I was all over that.
I don't know if you touched on this, Sean, but 6-2 in the Colby 6-pack so far for old Ryan Real Money Kramer over here.
All right.
Ooh.
So
Hot
I know
potato.
it's not like Sean to pat others on the back, even when it's good for the brand. My comment to you on this game is like, come on. People tune in to the Sports Gambling Podcast to hear picks about games that they have a chance to watch. These games aren't on TV.
ESPN Plus was our sponsor over the summer.
OddsShark doesn't have this game listed. I will say that.
No way.
No, I couldn't find it on there. Maybe it'll show up somewhere. I'm getting game information from picksandparlays.net, freepicks.com/more-free-picks-/ college football.
Florida International is a good team, man. They've been a good team for the past couple of years.
They list Western Kentucky as WKU. That's why you couldn't find them there. Yeah, I mean, I'm with you. I'm gonna fade the Helton.
Yeah.
And I'm, you know what else I'm gonna do? I'm not gonna watch this game. I'm
No,
sorry.
no one is.
We're at
Will it be on the
So let me get
sportsbook?
this straight. You watch Giants football,
Oh,
but you don't watch Florida International football.
That's ridiculous. It's a ridiculous comparison. Is this? I'm gonna look.
I've
it up.
watched Eli Manning. Have you watched Eli Manning?
So you guys are both on. You guys are both
Lay the
on.
points.
You guys are on FIU.
Why is it when I go to ESPN.com, there's a naked Michael Thomas on the front page?
Dudes are naked. Dudes
What the
are
fuck
naked.
is going on in the world?
Yeah, I know. What the fuck?
Like, dudes are going to ESPN.com to look at football
Dude,
schedules.
when
And
A-
this
when
is what they
ABC
see?
When ABC bought them, or Disney.
I mean,
whatever,
I got no-
Disney bought them. Shit went downhill, man.
Man, anyway. We're,
For Star
Sean,
Wars and
Sean,
for
Yes.
fucking-
bring us back.
The Golden
You're
Panthers,
losing us.
4-0 ATS in their last 4 games following an ATS loss. Lock it up, FIU baby, -7.5. There's also some good numbers as far as Western Kentucky just not being a good ATS road team. 1-5 ATS in their last 6 road games.
Damn, this
versus a team with a losing home record, so they can't even cover against shitty teams like Florida International.
They're not shitty. They're good.
This game
Of
is,
course you don't think they're
it's
shitty.
actually on
You can
TV
never
somehow.
bash it.
CBS
mid-major.
Sports, right?
ESPN Plus.
Oh,
I mean, it's not
exactly.
real
Yeah.
TV. But.
Who would order that anyway?
I have it.
No, I know.
Yeah.
Sign up today.
Yeah, and check it out with the Hulu bundle. It's,
Buffalo squaring off against my former college, Penn State, in Happy
Oh.
Valley, a.k.a. State College, Pennsylvania. 12:30 p.m. Pacific kick. Penn State laying a whopping -29.5, -8,000. Buffalo +33.75. Total sitting at 57. Colby, are you laying the big number?
No, I'm all over the Buffalo Bulls here. Love their coach. Lance Leopold came over from Wisconsin Whitewater, I believe.
oh wow,
not
that's next
Wisconsin,
level
Stevens
shit.
Point. And he was a great coach on that level. And as you saw last year at Buffalo, he won 10 games, lost his top 2 receivers and his quarterback, but they're still good. He's got this system rolling. Penn State beat up on a bad Idaho Vandals team, and I think Buffalo's going to be able to hang with this for a little bit.
For a little bit.
Penn State's going to pull away and win. But,
What's the number?
29.5.
So here's the thing. Again, I'm listening to the show and I'm like, I can't wait to get some games. Really? No, you got me involved in a game with a 29.5 point spread, Colby.
70% of the money's on Penn State minus 29.5. I'm also taking Buffalo catching the big number. Penn State, they've had trouble historically with,
I think the last time they played Buffalo was when Leopold's first year. They had a hard time with them.
Hey, listen, you're not going to catch me laying 29.5 points. So I'm either going to not get involved in the game or I'm going to.
Buffalo's 0-2 record, but they're 2-0 ATS.
All right, so how about this? I'm going to give you a 30-point head start. You want to bet on that? No. No, I don't.
Buffalo's not, as far as teams that are catching 30 points this week, they're probably one of the better teams.
Yeah.
I'll give the Bills that.
I mean,
Bulls.
No, I call them Bills.
it's only NFL
Bills,
talk.
Bulls,
Even
whatever.
though we have this beautiful backdrop. It's all about the NFL this week, Colby.
Yes, and if you're not watching over at youtube.com/sportsgamblingpodcast, you wouldn't be able to see the sweet Tennessee Volunteers backdrop that we have.
Rest in
Yeah.
peace.
R.I.P.
Alan Cooley. Have you guys checked out the oh, never mind. Do your thing.
Wow.
I am going to do my thing, Colby, and doing my thing means following BetQL app on Twitter, checking out their app, getting sharp data for Week 1 NFL games, sharp data for Week 2 of college football, line movement, all that late line stuff. You want to be able to track that. They also have a powerful algorithm. When I don't know what I'm talking about in the College Football Picks podcast, which happens from time to time, just head over to BetQL and I take a look. Oh, okay. Clemson, 4-star pick, minus 17.5 against Texas A&M. You can click in there, see bet analysis, tons of cool details, nuggets, news, information, and fun follow on Twitter as well. If you live in Jersey or PA, you got exclusive offers via BetQL. But most importantly, just go to the App Store or Google Play Store to download BetQL. And again, give them that follow. That sweet, sweet follow Friday over at BetQL app.
And if you're in the following mood, I would say go over to Instagram and follow the Sports Gambling Podcast. I'm a company guy.
Great company plug. Colby just has a couple. I was laughing my ass off. That one Chicago Bears fullback that just gets decked super late on the play, like the 1980s by a Packer linebacker. It's really amazing.
I put a lot of work into this thing, man. Let's milk this thing. You should go out there. It's highly entertaining. If you like sports, football especially, you give that thing a follow, man. I'm telling you, you're going to love it.
Tons of fun
Yeah.
clips.
I barely know how to use Instagram, and it makes me chuckle every time.
Laugh out loud. You know what? The top 25, no laughing matter, coming off a 24-1. Teams ranked in the top 25. 24-1. How the hell does that happen? Colby, if only your top 25. How did your top 25 do, straight up?
I'm confused on this. What are you talking about right now?
The top 25 teams, I think, went 24-1,
Oh,
straight up.
okay. Well, they didn't play anybody.
Yeah.
Did
Well,
they
there
hit
you
the?
go.
Did any of them play a road game?
See, here you go. You're going to trigger them.
All right.
Did any
sorry,
of them
didn't
play
mean to
road
trigger
game?
you.
You lose when you hit the road in college football. There's a reason why. And what happened with Ole Miss?
see.
What happened with Missouri? The SEC finally decided to play some out-of-conference road games against non-power
see-
fives, and they lose.
See what
They
you
fucking
did?
lose. What happened?
Nebraska squares off against Colorado. The Huskers, 3.5-point road favorite, minus 175 in the money line. Colorado plus 155 going the other way. Total sit-in at 64.5. Colby, what are you doing?
Look, you know I'm a Buffs guy,
You're buff.
but I'm not going with them because I also have I strongly believe fade, with the exception of Kirby Smart, fade Saban assistants. Whether it's Derek Dooley, whether it's Lane Kiffin, whether it's Mike Loxley at Maryland, whether it's Jeremy Pruitt at Tennessee. Well, Mel Tucker, he was supposed to be a defensive guru, and their defense didn't look very good against Colorado State. So I'm going to take Frost to get this done. Give me the Cornhuskers minus the 3.5.
Wow.
Hate to say this. Love this rivalry.
I'm really worried how much I'm backing Colby because
I
not only
know.
1 year ago we all bet on Colorado. We were out in Vegas for my bachelor
hit on that.
party.
We hit on
We hit on that. We were a woman cursed us in the sports book. We were cursed as
was-
if she was a gypsy.
This is gonna break us through.
She was a gypsy.
And the best way to reverse a curse is to go against the gypsy. I'm going to go Nebraska minus 3.5 as well. I think they're just listen, we're all over them.
Yeah.
I was. They were kind of,
They shook the cobwebs off there. They had, they were clearly not ready.
yeah, a little sleepy against South Alabama, but I think they're primed and
Well,
ready
this is
to
a
go against
rivalry game.
Colorado.
This is a rivalry game.
They should
You
get
know
up
what I
for
mean?
it. So give me Nebraska minus 3.5.
But Colorado's down.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, I mean, they won the first game, but I'm saying
I know,
Yeah.
but like, I think there's a reason this number opened up where it opened up quite big. What around 6.5? I think it's come down because people are like, it's a rivalry game. Buffalo just won.
yeah. Well, Colorado's got a talented offense. I'll say that. Montez is going to be a first or second round draft pick probably.
Yep.
Laviska Shenault, if he comes out, will be like a top 10 pick.
Yep.
And then they also have Katie Nixon, another really good receiver from DeSoto High School in Texas.
I like Nebraska preseason. I like Nebraska
Yeah,
here.
me too.
I would even go as far to say,
I hate to say this.
Sean,
Yeah.
Yes.
I don't want to,
It's kind of road chalk, but hey. Top 25, big game. LSU, we Tigers, squaring off against Texas in Austin. They grab a breakfast taco, get some pulled pork. LSU minus 5.5, minus 225 on the money line. Texas plus 185. Total sitting at 55. Give me some home dog action. I love my boy Eddie O, but 5.5 points is a road favorite. Maybe Texas is getting a little too much hype, but I like this spot for them.
I would also argue that maybe LSU's getting
I was
overreaction.
going to say, this number suggests that LSU is getting a little hype.
Well,
Yeah.
I mean, look, they look great. Everyone's like, oh, they look great against Georgia Southern. But Kramer, we know this, right? You get a month. I know Georgia Southern won 10 games last year, but they run the triple option. You get a month to prepare for the triple option. You saw Rice almost beat Army. Rice won one game all last year. Army won 10 or 11.
You better be able to slow it down, especially when you have the talent that LSU has.
What I'm saying is that, okay, they won 51-3. That looked great. Well, Texas is a lot different than Georgia Southern. I'm all over the Longhorns. Sprinkle some on the money line.
It does feel like the dogs will be barking here.
Tom Herman's a
in
great
Austin.
coach as a dog, by
He's
the
a
way.
great.
Yeah.
Thank you. He's a great coach as a dog, and I don't. Even more to your point of the triple option, you don't really learn anything
Yeah.
about a team when you're playing a team that runs that fucking high school offense. So, I think if nothing else, the public sees what was the number, 55-3.
52-3, I think.
Here's the strong trend. You guys mentioned Herman as a dog. 13-2-1 all time against the spread as an underdog, and 8-2-1 against the spread as an underdog at Texas. So that's all I need to hear. If a guy can, and it's probably even stronger if you point out them as a home dog.
Yeah.
I like my boy Eddie O, but this is just a great spot for Texas.
It's a tremendously big number, and it's also a wounded conference. And this is going to sound a little outlandish,
Ooh.
but I think there's at least enough chatter where I guarantee the SEC is self-aware to the point where they need to make a statement this weekend. And I know each team only cares about themselves, but for whatever reason in that part of the country, they cheer for each other too, and they go SEC, SEC,
Yeah.
and I think that it's a wounded conference. And I think no way in hell an LSU team that we know nothing about should be laying 5.5 against the Texas team that we at least know is well coached and will show up at
competent.
home.
Yeah. They got a great
I may not
quarterback.
love Texas to go on to win 10, 11 games, but I think in this spot it's hard for me to go, especially when you want to talk about a coaching matchup where it's chess versus checkers.
Yeah.
I mean, come on.
Yeah.
Herman versus Eddie O is fucking chewing on the fucking goalpost.
Eddie's,
Meanwhile, he's got
Eddie's
his
all emotional.
Yeah.
Herman's got his abacus, fucking calculating.
It's my abacus drop.
Two potential locks.
Oh, wow. A double lock. San Diego State, a.k.a. our gals, squaring off in sunny Pasadena, California. UCLA, -7 favorite, -265 on the money line. San Diego State, +225. Total sitting at 46.5. UCLA coming off long rest after that disaster in Cincinnati. I think I think San Diego State might be the better team. And you're telling me they're getting points? I love our gals, and I'm very anti-Chip Kelly. The players just don't want to play for him anymore. I know some guys on the team, and yeah.
Really?
I'm
Are we
out on
getting
UCLA.
breaking news here inside Iggy?
He did send me some information that.
Yeah. No, I'm not kidding. I do know. I
People
know a guy who
close
was
to
a
the
big,
situation.
who was the number one tight end recruit in the nation, and played for Chip Kelly. Not a huge Chip Kelly guy, so I think generally the players aren't that stoked to be playing for him. And I think that matters. And I think UCLA, one of their advantages would be the 90-degree kickoff with the weather. But the San Diego State kids, they're used to playing in heat, so I don't think it's going to be huge for them.
And also, I would say we don't know the status on Josh Kelly. I saw he missed practice last, but hey, I don't know what the hell. That's
He's
their
got a
best
nagging
player.
knee injury.
Yeah. I'm going to ride the Aztecs as well, just because I don't know what to think of UCLA, and I think San Diego State's a pretty good a great defense. Rocky Long is a great
that
defensive
quarterback
coordinator.
was clearly just befuddled.
Yeah.
I mean, the way he just fumbled the ball by moving his arms.
Why are we saying so many words?
Well, and
Chip Kelly's still the coach, right?
Yeah.
All right. Cincinnati, not a. I watched that game.
Yeah.
Cincinnati's not a good football team. Cincinnati is not going.
They won 11 games last year.
They're not going to be a good football team. UCLA is fucking garbage.
Garbage. San Diego State, the Rocky Long's strength is defense. He's a great defensive coordinator. He invented the 3-3-5 defense. I like them to shut down that.
Is that a true story?
Yeah, he invented a 3-3-5.
You know what else is a true story? Colby. You know that sweet truck I got out there? You know what I got it from? Winning $200,000 on DraftKings.com. That's right. Dreams can come true over at DraftKings.com. I know what you're saying, Sean. It can't happen to me. I'm just some guy listening to a podcast. Well, I used to be a guy listening to a podcast, and I go, hey, why don't I throw myself in this millionaire maker? They're giving away over $2.5 million in total prizes. They got the single game showdown. If you're a new user on DraftKings, you can use the promo code SGP. You receive a free shot at the $1 million top prize. DraftKings, of course, the leader in one-day daily fantasy football. That's all you got to do. Head over to DraftKings.com, enter that promo code SGP for a free shot at $1 million. If you're already an existing DraftKings player, which you should be, download our Week 1 DFS Picks podcast. We gave out 2 separate lineups, one for the Thursday Showdown and one for the NFL Week, for Sunday there. They're also doing deposit bonuses, right? Minimum and rollover requirements do apply, so check that out. But yeah, limited time, new and existing users can get a deposit bonus up to $500. All this action, again, the chance at winning $1 million. I haven't gotten there, but $200,000, not a bad day at the office. That
Scott
could be you.
Tolzien cost you.
Scott Tolzien, who we're trying to track down. Go to DraftKings.com, use the promo code SGP. Final leg of the College Picks podcast before we get to the Lock Dog NTs. Cincinnati squaring off against Ohio State. This is the Twitter portion. This is courtesy of @FZ1.
Nice.
He's looking to figure out Cincinnati, Ohio State. Ohio State 16.5 point favorite, -800 on the money line. Bearcats plus 550, total sitting at 56. Colby, what are you doing here?
First, you're probably going to want to wait to see if this number gets to 17. But I'm on the Cincinnati Bearcats here. There's a great angle here. Aside from their roster growing up in Ohio, where you have, we weren't recruited by Ohio State, you have Luke Fickell, who was passed over as the head coach for Ryan Day.
Oh, boy.
So I think Luke Fickell, building something in Cincinnati, won 11 games last year. This is his Super Bowl. I'm going with the Bearcats to cover it. I still think Ohio State will get the win. But
yeah, no, I watched that Ohio State team. They're gonna murder some teams this year, and I think maybe for the same reasons you just described, but on the other side of that token, Ohio State may thump here. And what did I say about the transitive property here? UCLA is garbage. Cincinnati kind of all right, but people saw that they beat UCLA at home. What a big win! People aren't considering UCLA as a bottom 25 program in the country yet. So, all of that being said, lay the points with my boys up there in Columbia. I hate Ohio State, but lay the points. They are going to murder some teams this year. They're still going to lose a game or two, but they're
Ohio
gonna murder
State
some teams.
5-0 ATS in their last 5 games against a team in the AAC. My instincts tell me to go Ohio State. What scares me is the public. 62% are on Ohio State at -16. OddsShark has this as a 3-point game.
No.
34.8 for Cincinnati, 37.6 for Ohio State.
Not enough data in the computer over there at OddsShark.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe them and database need a firmware update. But I'm gonna roll Ohio State -16.5 as well. Next game. This is courtesy of Rube 48. Minnesota squaring off against Fresno State Saturday, 7:30 kick. Minnesota -3-point favorite in Fresno, -155 on the money line, +135 for Fresno State. Total sitting at 46.5. Colby, why are we picking this game, and which way are you going?
We're picking this game because a lot of our other Twitter questions were about games we were already covering.
Okay,
So it's simple.
fair enough.
Yeah. Fresno State.
Just having fun. Colby.
Fresno State won 11 games last year.
We're having fun.
Or
over
not
here,
12?
so
Did they win 12? I think they might have won 12.
Just hanging out, right?
just chilling, guys.
Fresno covered for me. I don't know. I know Kramer took it. I don't know that. Sean, did you take it?
I had
Nope.
USC, but I also had them in my tees, my 3-team tees, which I was one of the only 3 to hit. So
The only.
worth pointing.
The only.
I'm on Fresno here. Minnesota needed a fumbled snap by South Dakota State to get the ball back and score to win the game. And Fresno looked all right. They started a brand new quarterback, brand new offensive coordinator. I thought the second half the offense kind of opened up. I think they're going to win in Fresno against Minnesota.
Fresno looked more than all right.
Yeah.
That team is filled with some
Players,
athletes.
yeah.
Like,
Damn near good.
they didn't look any different than USC, and USC is 5-star across the board.
Yeah.
Fresno has some really interesting wide receiving prospects,
Oh, yeah.
really interesting quarterback. All of these
A
guys.
couple of deep defensive
But
backs.
isn't this the perfect time to take a home dog? They just hung with a team that was like, better talent-wise on the road. They hung with them, and now they're coming home as a home dog, disrespected once again.
Yeah.
And Fresno quietly a sneaky good team against the spread, 16-4 ATS in their last 20 games. They're covering at 80%. That's enough for me. I'm also going Fresno 3. Colby or Kramer, I cut you off there, but you're also on Fresno, right?
Yeah, no, I would say, granted USC lost their quarterback and all this other stuff, but just comparing them, just giving it the eye test, this Fresno team is going to ball out as well as that quarterback plays. Like if he takes care of the ball, they're winning this game for sure. Minnesota, on the other hand, another team where it's
Row the boat.
Yeah,
now.
no opinion of that team yet. So, but yeah, no, as a home dog, it's odd they're not favored. I guess I don't know, right?
Yeah, a little bit there.
Could just be a
My power rankings has this as Fresno -2.5. Sean,
last pick of the college week 2 picks podcast, courtesy of Twitter at Jet Soloman. 7:30 kickoff. Cal squaring off against Washington. Washington -14.5, -550 on the money line. Cal +425. Total sitting at 43.5. Colby, what are we doing?
Cal beat Washington last year. They did, but this is in Seattle. Seattle, it's hard to win, but Cal has a absolute stud defense. Justin Wilcox, maybe the best defensive backfield in the entire country. Them or LSU, I would say. They're really good. The hook is keeping me with the Golden Bears here. The Cal offense is absolutely dog shit, but I just think their defense will keep them in the game. Jacob Eason, obviously much better than Jake Browning, but I just can't see them winning by 3 scores on Cal.
I think the number opened up at 11, and I think that was probably a pretty solid number.
Yeah.
Now that it's north of 14.5, it's hard. It's
a hard game to
You
handicap.
said some really smart things, Colby, which makes me. Are you feeling okay? Because you said we're crossing a key number here, and you said danger.
Yeah. Warning.
I'm with you. I think this number has moved past its worth. If you want to lay the points, you got to wait. If it comes back down, At 14.5, I have to advise my clients to take Cal. I mean, we just saw Washington just absolute shred. Who they play?
Eastern Washington. Yeah.
Oh boy.
They're actually a good
Oh
FCS.
boy,
man.
yeah, but look at that scoreboard.
Yeah.
I think Cal goes up there, like you said, close game. Washington gets the win, but it's not going to be by 15 or more.
Chris Peterson, 20-3 after playing a non-conference game during his career. Also 25-6 in September games. I'm going against you, guy. As much as it would pain my boy Mike Leach, give me Washington minus 14.5.
Your trends are off the chain tonight, Sean.
They're off the hook. They're off the chain.
Happy birthday.
You know what that sound is? The Lock Dog Tease, courtesy of MyBookie.ag, promo code SGP, where we're getting all these lines from. Colby, do you want to kick things off?
Yeah, I'll lock Florida International minus 7.5.
Yes.
That's just the one. It's so obvious to me. Western Kentucky lost to Central Arkansas. You got to go down to Miami.
I knew there was a reason you put that game on there.
It's my number one. My dog. I told you this one. I mean, there's a couple live dogs on this slate, but let's go with. You know what? I don't go small.
No,
I'm
you
not going
don't.
to take Fresno
No, you
State.
don't.
I know you want me to, and I think Fresno State's going to win outright. I'm going fucking Texas A&M plus 625. Do it.
Okay. I mean, I like your.
It'll be a close
cojones,
game in the
as
fourth
they
quarter.
say.
Okay. Give us a 3-point or 6-point tease, Colby.
All right, with the T's, we are going to knock Florida International down to 1.5.
Okay. What the fuck is going on today, Sean?
I don't know.
He passed through 3 key numbers.
What the fuck?
Colby.
We will then
Colby's learned about key numbers.
we will then take Syracuse plus 5.5.
No, it's 7.5. Right? Syracuse
No, they're
is
the
getting
dog. Oh no, you're right.
They're
You're
getting
right.
a 1.5.
You're right. Earlier today, they were actually a 1-point favorite.
Wait,
Yeah.
you've crossed 3 key numbers again, Colby.
Juicy.
And then the third one I will do is give me A&M plus 23.5.
Okay, there we go. He's back. Colby's okay, ladies and gentlemen.
We got him back, guys. The database is alive and well.
I'm sorry. Did you go from 17.5 to 23.5?
Yeah.
Okay.
Give us your bonus pick. I see you have one on here.
I got the Wyoming Cowboys, fresh off that gigantic win. This team in Craig Bowl is building something. They ran right down Missouri's throat. That was the best part about this past weekend was Georgia State and Missouri. They beat the SEC, but they beat the SEC just running right down their fucking throat the entire game, and it was fantastic. They're going to come into Texas State, which is close to Austin. They don't know how to play defense there. They're going to run right down their fucking throat. And the Wyoming Cowboys will cover.
Okay. Sean, can you play the lock sound effect, please? I watched a lot of this Fresno State team last weekend.
You're going light, man. That's light.
For my lock?
Oh.
Don't worry about my
okay.
lock. Don't
I thought you were
come
saying
at
dog.
me, bro.
I thought you were saying
I'm a
dog.
man.
Okay.
Fresno State has a quarterback I want to bet on every week until the number catches it. Because I think this is gonna be a team that's gonna cover some spreads early. Maybe once conference play happens, they lose a couple random games. And I know they lost last week. They're coming home. Give me the +3, Sean, for my lock. For my dog,
Hook 'em horns.
Hook 'em horns. This was almost a lock, but I'm going to make it the dog +185. That's a nice price for a top 10 home Texas dog coached by Tom Herman. And for my tease, I kind of want to just throw San Diego State because UCLA is not capable of beating anyone by 2 touchdowns. But we're not going to do that. I like your Florida International angle. I'm going to tease that down to 1.5. I absolutely am going to tease, and I'm not listening to my own advice. But let's go Boise down to 4.5 because no fucking way they lose that game anywhere close. And the last leg of my tease, dare I double dip, Sean? But give me Fresno up to 9.
Ooh-wee. And Ryan, you don't like to throw out bonus picks, right?
I didn't realize that we would. It wasn't something we negotiated at the inception of this calendar
Who
year.
does Virginia Tech
and
play?
Oh yeah, give us a Virginia Tech.
It's an FCS school. No, it's Old Dominion. It's Old Dominion, and the line's like 26 or something, isn't it?
We're going back to the scene of the crime. It's a revenge game. They're coming off a loss.
In Blacksburg this year. Last year was in.
Fuente is officially on the hot seat. People are talking about it. If these kids at all like him, want to play for him, what is the number? Do we know the number?
I thought it was 26, but I could be wrong. Double check that.
I will pull it up. Yeah, Sean, I mean, I remember I was watching this game. We were waiting for Sean's wedding to happen, and maybe that was the beginning of the Fuck My Life tour. We have to start doing some forensics to see how far back it goes. Maybe things haven't been going very well for me for a while now, and I've just been unaware. Hopefully they just don't have a line. I don't. It's 28.5.
Whew.
What?
I would ride ODU.
I want nothing to do. You're not making me pick that game.
All right, pick one game, Ryan.
Now you're going to force me.
Oh, no, okay.
No,
Ryan
he'll give his. He'll give his, but think
All
about
right.
it. You got a couple seconds.
Lock up Texas. Love that. Love Tom Herman as a dog at plus 5.5.
Oh, nice.
For my dog, I was going to take Fresno State, but Colby is calling people pussies for considering that. So give me our gals. Going back to our gals, plus 225. For my tees, Syracuse plus 7.5. A lot of key numbers there, as Colby pointed out. Fresno plus 9, and then UCF down to 4. And my bonus pick, going up against Georgia State. Give me Furman catching 7.5 points. I don't know anything about them, but Georgia State is just going on a tour, dunking so hard on Tennessee as if they've won the Super Bowl, and they probably did, because it is Georgia State.
They won 2 games last year.
They could lose out the rest of the season. It would still be the players are still going to get laid.
And you seem like a Mark Furman guy, right?
Yeah, love Mark Furman. Great job investigating the case. Kramer.
Yeah, you want a fucking bonus pick?
Fade
Les Miles. Let's go with the Coastal Carolina
Chanticleers.
Catching.
9,
my bookie
right?
has it at 8.
I saw it at 9 earlier.
8.
Yeah.
Les Miles, can he win 2 in a row?
He should have lost last week.
Should have lost. And last week, who was he playing? FCS
Indiana
school.
State, yeah. Indiana State.
Are they even a good FCS
They are.
school?
They made the playoffs
Okay.
last year,
Okay.
yeah.
That'll do it, everyone.
Thank you for participating in the Sports Gambling Podcast.
And please participate. Spread the word about the free roll football contest, especially if you're trying to get more money, which I certainly would be if I was and I am involved in the contest, and I'm going to fight the sponsor if I win it. So good luck taking our money from us. That's the thing. People talk so much shit, and now we actually have a way for them to challenge us. SportsGamblingPodcast.com/contest. Again, Thursday night in beautiful Las Vegas at Legacy Stadium, broadcasting live, counting down to kickoff for the National Football League season. Rate, review, share on iTunes. For the Sports Gambling Podcast, I'm Sean, stacking the money green, and he is Ryan.
You can do it, Fuente.
Kramer. Let it ride.